Welcome to the Better Off Bonus Call of the Week. You know, this is the time when Mark and I love to hear from you. And so if you've got a financial question about anything going on in your life, give us a holler. Ask Jill at betteroffpodcast.com. We've got 2 chances to get you on the show. Today's bonus call. And then after our longer interview show, which we drop on Thursdays, we do the listener call of the week. So give us a shout. Why not? Get a second opinion or a third opinion. Mark gives his opinion from behind the glass. I get it. Believe me. So let's go talk to Samantha. She is on the line from North Carolina. Hi, Samantha. Welcome to Better Off. What can I do for you?
Hi, Jill. Well, I am a graduate student, and I'm at Duke University, and I came right from undergrad, just trying to get my schooling kind of over with, and came out of undergrad without any debt. I played soccer and was on a scholarship, and so I didn't build up any school loans from my undergraduate, but obviously not working, I wasn't able to pay for my graduate school out of pocket. So I have about a 50% scholarship for my tuition for graduate school. I'm going to be graduating in May and looking for the best way to start paying that off. So when I get a little bit of extra money, and I'd also like to know what accounts I need to start setting up for my retirement and just sort of get me on the right path preparing for graduation.
First of all, congratulations. That's number one, which is like you graduated without debt, which is pretty awesome. Second of all, I was a soccer player in college as well, but I didn't go to a program quite as good as Duke. I want to know what position you played.
I didn't play soccer at Duke. I played at Appalachian State, and I'm in grad school now at Duke.
Oh, I got you. Okay. What position did you play in soccer at Appalachian State?
Forward.
Really? A wing?
Yeah.
Or
wing, yes. Left wing.
Left
Not
wing.
That many women's soccer players have a solid left foot, so
you can go to your left, as we like to say. Fantastic.
Yes.
So now you're at Duke. You're a grad student. What are you studying?
Environmental management.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking to be involved in renewable energy finance projects.
Cool. It's a 1-year program?
2 years.
2
so
years.
I just finished my first year.
Okay. When you graduate, how much debt will you graduate with total?
About $35,000.
Oh, that's pretty good, considering you get a graduate degree and no debt from undergrad. That's awesome. And are those federal student loans that you've taken out?
Yes.
Okay, good. And when you get out of school, I mean, I'm sure you know this already, but what do those jobs pay generally that you'll be looking at?
I'm hopefully looking at a starting salary around $62,000 a year.
Fantastic. And are those jobs usually private sector or public sector?
Private sector is what
Okay.
I'm looking at.
Got it.
Definitely.
Okay. So first of all, you did something that's really fantastic, which is you will be graduating with debt that is less, significantly less than your starting salary. So that already puts you ahead of the game. You know, obviously the $35,000, there's a couple of ways to think about it. One is, hey, you know what? I'll just pay it off however long it takes me. That will be that. I imagine that the debt will be at 6 or 7%. Is that about the right number?
Yep.
Okay.
5% on one and 6% on the other.
Okay. So one of the things that you might be considering is that if you are looking ahead and you really want to do something right now, what I would be doing is I would be accumulating a little cash cow for yourself. And I would be trying to figure out how to take all of my money and keep it safe. And the reason is that when you graduate, there's probably going to be some costs that are associated with your first job. You know, you might have to move, you might need an apartment, but you also want to have a little slush fund that's set up ahead of time. How much money do you think that as you're working and doing your studies, what do you think is available to you to save right now?
Right now, so I'm working, I'm coaching, and also have an internship sort of while I'm in school.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm hoping to save about $2,500 to $3,000 outside of my living expenses.
Great.
Between now and graduation.
Okay, so I think what you should do is be very boring. I think you should keep that in a very boring credit union, online bank, something simple. You're going to earn like no interest. I mean, you'll get something, a little bit, whatever. But it's not going to be enough to make a big difference. But the reason why I think you should save it is that When you graduate, you want to hit the ground running. And whatever you make in your starting salary, the way you should think about it is that there will be you'll sort of have three big tasks ahead of you. One is you're going to want to pay down that student loan debt as quickly as possible because it's a 5 or 6% loan. So whatever the minimum payment is, maybe you'll make a little extra payment towards that. The second thing is whatever retirement plan is available to you through work, you're going to want to put in as much as you can to get the match. To get whatever match there is, okay? And the third is you're going to want to have an emergency reserve fund. You're going to have that emergency reserve fund started. That $2,500 or $3,000, that's the beginning of your emergency reserve fund. So the way to think about like how do I approach my expenses when I graduate is to think that with those three things, you kind of factor in that you only have, whatever your costs are, your expenses are, you'll track that. You'll say, okay, let's just pretend that you have, let's say you have $600 that's left over every month that you can do something with after you max out your retirement account. And then you're going to put half of it. You're going to make an extra $300 payment to your student loan. And the other $300 is going to go in your emergency reserve fund because you're going to want to slowly build that up. And what you really are trying to do is just get out of that debt as quickly as possible. It will happen faster than you think because you're making good money. And once that's done, then you're going to take whatever money was going towards the debt, you're going to use that money and increase your retirement plan contributions. So that by the time you're in your late 20s, you'll probably be putting away 15% into your retirement account, and you will be well ahead of the game, Samantha.
Okay.
Now, last question. How did your team do in soccer? Was it a good team?
Yeah, we increasingly got better. So we made it to the conference semifinals and lost on the 11th PK taker.
Oh, no way.
It never happens.
Oh, my God. All right. I played forward also. I played center. I started as a right wing, and then I went through puberty, and then I got a little bit slower.
Oh, see, I was always slow, but I always had that left foot.
There you go. Samantha can go to her left and pay off her student loan debt. Thank you so much for calling. Good luck. Give us a holler if you have anything else that's going on, okay?
Absolutely.
Take care. Okay, that's a wrap of our Better Off bonus question of the week. If you've got a question, it's simple. Send us an email at askjill@betteroffpodcast.com. We'll arrange to get you on. And don't forget, in just a couple of days, there's a brand new episode of the Better Off Podcast sponsored by Betterment. Talk to you then.